Hello everyone, welcome back to YouTube channel. Today's discussion is on BJT Colpitts oscillator. Okay, this is the next experiment we are supposed to discuss. That is Colpitts oscillator. It's a type of oscillator circuit that we are supposed to study. So in this, what we'll be doing is we'll be designing an oscillator and we'll be checking whether the oscillations are being set up or not. Okay, so let us see its circuit diagram. So this is the circuit diagram over here. So we are making use of a NPN transistor, that is SL100 or CL100, and we are using voltage divider bias circuit over here. R1 and R2 are making voltage divider resistance over here, and the special thing over here is this, that is the tank circuit. In this tank circuit we are making use of two capacitors C1 and C2 and one inductance, that is L. Because of these two capacitors that are connected in series, because of this only we call this as Colpitts oscillator. Fine. So let us see its actual circuit. This is the actual circuit of a Colpitts oscillator. Okay. So I have connected SL100 over here, SL or CL100 over here, and this is the SL100, and this is emitter, base and collector, and to the emitter that we are connected a pot. Then in series with that we have a resistor RE and capacitor CE in parallel with that connected to ground, and we have base here, and we have R1 and R2, and we have collector over here. We have, this is RC, and this is the coupling capacitor 1, and this is the coupling capacitor 2. Okay, and this is our tank circuit in which I am making use of two capacitors. I am making use of ceramic capacitors over here, C1 and C2, and the center point of this is being connected to ground. Fine. And across these two capacitors I am connecting a inductance by making use of this inductance box. Fine. The values of this capacitances C1 and C2 and this inductor is being discussed in the design part separately. Fine. So we have to make this circuit. Fine. And we have to give the VCC as 12 volts. The 12 volt DC power supply we have to use. That is what is given over here. And you have to take out the output from the collector part. You have to take down the output. So from the collector, this is the collector. From the collector part, I am taking the output. Okay, from the collector point, we are taking the output over here to the CRO and getting this kind of oscillations. Okay, so see here, we are not making use of any signal generator over here. We have a breadboard, we have a DC power supply, that's it. And because of this circuit connections, because of tank circuit, because of this, what this will do is, this circuit, upper circuit will do is, will produce 180 degree phase shift, and this tank circuit will produce another 180 degree phase shift. So 180 plus 180, 360 degree phase shifting is done. That is being given as a feedback to the input side, and this process continues. Initially the noise will be there, and that noise will be taken, and that noise is given as an input. That noise is again a little bit more amplified version is given to tank circuit. Again it will be given as a feedback over here. Again that amplified signal is further amplified, and then again it is given to feedback circuit, and this process continues. So now that little amount of noise is being amplified to a sustained, constant, sustained oscillations. That is what we are seeing over here in this circuit. Now over here, how to measure the output is, you have to measure the output frequency. Fine, output frequency you are supposed to measure. So in order to measure the output frequency, you have to note down how many blocks it is covered over here. So for one full cycle, this cycle is starting here and it is ending here. So for one cycle, how many blocks it is covering? See, 1 block, 2, 3 and 3 blocks and 1 division. See, one full block is given to 5 subdivisions. 1 division means 0.2. So 3.2 is the 3 full blocks, and this is 0.2. So 3.2 blocks we can say. We have to multiply that with the time base, and time base is being kept at this point. At this point, that is 10. That is 10 microsecond. Okay, 3.2 into 10 you have to make. So let us use the calci. So it is 3.2 multiplied by 10 micro I am saying. So that will give you T, that is time period. 1 divided by time is your frequency. If you do that, you'll be getting the frequency, and over here I am getting a frequency as 31.25 kilohertz. That is the output frequency that I am getting out of this Colpitts oscillator. Okay, so this is all about Colpitts oscillator. If you have any doubts, please do comment me, contact me back, let us discuss it further. Okay, thank you.